Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to Healing Journey. So I'm Christelle Achia. On this channel, I share knowledge, content related to indigenous knowledge systems and more specifically African knowledge systems. So you can find more videos on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, please leave a like or even a comment. If you have questions, please feel free to write in the comment section. So, what can we do to stay grounded in this time, right? We see war, crises, troubles, pain, a lot of death, a lot of inconsistency, imbalance across the globe, even maybe for you in your personal life, professional life, or even, I don't know, your leisure activity and so on. So how can we stay grounded when we are dealing with all of that? This is what I'm going to talk about today in this video and share with you some of the habits, tips, let's say rituals that you can implement to support you in order to stay grounded. Um, First of all, I would like to say that the most important is our internal life, like how we process and how we feel uh, regarding everything that is happening globally, but also personally. Let's not forget that, of course, it is important to know, focus, care, and even act on what is happening globally, but we should not forget ourselves, right? If we want to be able to, I don't know, change things or even stand up for people or implement new, I don't know, new activities, new support group, new systems and so on, we need ourselves and we need to like at least some level of balance, some level of like groundness, some level of feeling well. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to just like implement and even stay consistent, because the other thing is staying consistent is one thing to be running, and it's another thing to stay consistent to like grow what you are doing or starting. So our internal life, and I would like to be more specific. I think here about our heart. How are we carrying our heart? How much can we open? How much can we maintain our hearts open? Like meanwhile there are like everything going around us, maybe in your personal life or even like with your relatives and so on, or of course globally. This is really important. Uh, One of the thing of course, like there are power dynamics that maintain the chaos, right? And injustice and pain. But another goal of that is also to have us close our heart, that we wouldn't be, or have us not being able to open our heart. And what does that mean? It means being less tolerant, being less understanding, being less able to offer, I don't know, support, love, compassion, especially compassion. So this could lead us to have a closer heart and to forget or push away what we could do to support others, right? And this is very important. So it starts with our heart. Very, very important. Because if we don't have compassion, if we don't have love, if we don't have like a supportful mindset or heart, well, we're not going to act. We're just going to sit and maybe look at the news, or, well, you know, just, let's forget about that let's keep on being busy, making money, and all the other things, right? Like playing and so on. Meanwhile, more and more people are like struggling. So this is very important to keep in mind, to remember that we need our hearts to keep on the long run. And for that, of course, I think if you have already watched some videos, you already maybe know what I'm going to say. Our relationships with our ancestors. If you are not sure by what I mean when I say ancestors, please have a look at the no, it's not the previous video, it's the one before that I did about words such as ancestors, departed, and I explained the difference. So please have a look at this video. I will also put the link in the description. So yes, maintaining or creating or developing relationships with your ancestors. This will help you, but even actually to be able to create, to develop these relationships with your ancestors, you also need to have like some kind of an open heart. So I would say the first thing is already to have it in mind that we need to take care of our heart and to know when it is too much, maybe getting news or I don't know, spending time with other, and when it's too much, and when you need like some time alone, just to refresh, to resource yourself. And a good way is spending time outdoor. As you can see, I'm here with my friend, the trees. Yeah, I also have a video uh, in which I explain different ways that you can use and things that you can practice to like help yourself feeling more balanced and regulate your nervous system. This is very important. Nervous system regulation will help you maintain your heart open, or will even support you when you feel that my heart is closing, like when you feel like yeah, sometimes we watch the news or something happens in our lives and we're like yeah. I think we all know this feeling. And in that moment, spending time outdoors, especially with our vegetable friends, this could help us. So I really encourage you to implement this habit in your life if it's not already there. And if you cannot manage to go outdoor, look at like the video. There are plenty of videos with like flowers, trees, plants, and so on. You can use them. I do that for that reason. That's why I often also record outdoor, so we can all benefit from like our friends here. So maintaining our hearts open, spending time outdoors, nervous system regulation, this is very helpful, right? Um, Also, I would say, oh, I'm blocking. Then, second thing, let's not forget that it's a long way to run. It's not a one shot. So we also need to learn to manage our physical energy, mental energy, spiritual energy, emotional energy. So being able to notice when you are out of balance, when you are giving too much, when you are not resourcing yourself, sleeping enough, drinking enough water, like eating well, I don't know, exercises and so on. This is also very important, to have a habit to look at yourself, like not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally, right, and spiritually. It is very important to like um, be able to notice when there are changes, and also to notice what are those changes. Like, okay, I noticed that maybe I'm feeling off, but what is happening? What is it exactly? Am I tired? I don't know, are frustrated, angry, and so on. And maybe why is this happening. So this is also very important. Look at one of the first videos. I'm giving like top 10 of the things that we could do when we start on our healing journey. I think it was having a look at this video again, because I'm like listing all of these things. So, and I would say here, I would even add paying attention to the emotions. Our emotions are very good friends to indicate us when there is imbalance and in which direction it is going. So it is also a habit to have. I don't know if you're familiar with the emotional wheel. It's a tool that I often use. I can put a link for you, like for what it is. I often use it, like just to point out my emotions. You know, when sometimes I'm like, what's going on? I use the emotional wheel. So this is also very important. And third thing, having a regular cleansing practice. I'm sure that we are all already cleaning our house, our clothes, ourselves, the places where we work, maybe your car, or I don't know, whatever you use and wherever you live. It is also very important to process to cleansing. So spiritual cleansing, emotional cleansing, this is very important. Maybe you already have a practice, then go for it. And I would suggest not to be afraid to learn new practices and to implement different practices. So then you could even have your own, let's say, ritual or a cleansing ceremony. This is very important. Ideally, I would say, well, let's do that every day. Um, it may not be possible, but let's do that as possible, as many times as possible, and as much as needed. I would say at least once a week. This is quite interesting. Then you can start to feel and to see, to perceive like effective results. So having, and how you can do that. If you're a beginner, maybe it's your first time here on this channel and you're like, okay, what's going on? What is she saying? Um, you can just do that by spending time here outdoors with your vegetal friends, like walking around them, especially trees in a forest. This is like a very good place to do that. We know that our vegetal friends, practice what is called photosynthesis. So when we breathe, as we like like let's say, to make it simple, they have like a reverse breathing system in comparison to us. So basically, the way I see it and the way I like describing it, it's a call and response breathing system. And this is very important because call and response, it's a practice that exists in our African knowledge systems and embodied practices. A lot of the things that we do in African knowledge system are based on this principle, call and response. So it's also another reason why it's very important to spend time outdoor with your vegetal friends. So, and you don't have to do something in particular. You can just walk, and of course, as you walk, you're going to breathe, right? So, and you just let yourself go, like let's say with the flow. And well, it's better not to have your phone or any other object or thing that could distract you. Even if you are working with people, try not to have like let's say a full conversation. Of course you can communicate with other people, but let's not try to have like a full conversation, so you can be focused on yourself and on this call and response dynamic that exists with the vegetal friends. I hope it's going to be helpful for you, for us. The idea is to stay grounded, especially when we look at everything that is happening across the globe in various countries, various parts of the world. We can be very much affected by that, and it is absolutely normal to be affected by that. And if we want to implement whatever changes we want to implement, whatever things we want to do in order to uh, live in a different world, we need to be balanced, we need to be grounded. So this is very important to keep in mind. Especially if you are like an activist, or if you, I mean, no matter what you're doing in that regard, uh, let's practice having like grounded activities, grounded practices. And I mentioned cleansing and maintaining our hearts open. This is very important. So I leave you here with that. I hope it's going to be uh, helpful, and I hope to see you soon again on this channel. Let's take care of ourselves and of each other.